Hey guys, so today I found out there are some ways that you can turn each and every day into an adventure. And here goes. Listen to 3 songs that are highly recommended in a genre that you would generally not decide to actually listen to, and you also get bonus points if it's a genre that's outside of your time period, so previous time period. Music has an almost magical way of transporting you to another place and reconstructing your perspective on life. Even if you don't end up liking the genre, your worldview will be expanded in a great deal. And to delve more deeply into your newly experienced mindset, you should go into more specific genres in that set genre, so then you can get a broader understanding of all the little things. Research something odd. For young kids, learning is rather a joy rather than a chore. Remember how fun it used to be to undertake all these different topics that you didn't have to end up having to do a grade for, and just being able to research whatever you wanted. This is before, like in the younger years of, like, say, primary school or something, before any of the grades ever mattered. You always had fun being able to research certain things that you just do it for the hell of it and because you really enjoyed it. You can recreate this by doing your own just for fun project. Pick a topic, any topic that you find interesting, and the more offbeat the better, because you find odd things more interesting, and then you can just be able to use that fact in any instance. You could use it as a way to have a conversation starter in any topic. Learn everything you can about it. This will activate new parts of your brain, and then you will remember things from that topic, whether it be your science, history, whichever topic you chose from. You'll become better at it, and you will have remembered new things, and then you'll ultimately become a genius in the obscure and obtuse, just different things. Take the long road. The next time you have to run a boring errand, whether it's just going shopping or getting the mail and all that kind of stuff, take an extra hour to do so. Just when you should leave an hour early, but take the longest way to get there as possible. Make a stop along the way at the most interesting place that you can find. Not only will you make a fun side trip, but your eyes will also open to be able to look for more incitement in things rather than just being torn down with all the dull and boring things that you have to do with your everyday life. In the end, who knows what you'll discover? Maybe you'll discover a new bakery or a peaceful pond that you will enjoy to go to. You might take picnics there. It might be your favourite bakery that you've ever had the joy of discovering. Or you can maybe even have an opened eye for the detours that are off the beaten track. So if you can't go around one way, you will have realised that you can go this way. It might take a little bit longer, but you can actually get around there rather than just having to wait for this certain thing to get away. It's a simple idea to add to your everyday, but it is well worth the trouble. Have a theme night. Is there any time in history that you are just drawn to, that you find incredibly interesting, and you just want to be able to relive it in any way, shape or form? Turn a regular weekday evening into a themed night. Choose an era or country, or both, and cook a meal that you might have eaten as a part of it. You can also learn 3 specific words from that said language, and it can be any 3 words that you want. Or if the language is English and that's your main language, or for anything that's your main language, choose 3 specific words that would have been spoken at that time during that era. You could really go for it and dress up in the applicable outfit that goes with your time period, or you could just do the low-key thing and just watch a movie that is associated with that time period. You can delve as deeply as you wish and learn as much as you want. Discover a new talent. Has there ever been anything that you've wanted to do, whether it be learning to paint, learning to speak Chinese, or even just learning to ride a unicycle? Why not try? You could ask a friend, you could take a class, you could read books, do any of the above, and you can be able to create more of an adventure in your everyday life just by doing those small things. When you embark on discovering a new skill, your whole worldview opens up, and you're most likely going to discover a new part of yourself, whether it's physically, artistically, mentally, or any of those kind of things. And you may not have known that that part of you had ever existed. So in doing so, you've discovered a whole new range of things for yourself. Last, get in touch with your inner child. Do you ever remember what you were doing, what you were really into when you were 3, 5, or 13? You probably haven't actually thought about that in a very, very long time. Were you interested in bugs, or did you draw up fantasy plans for a treehouse that you always wanted? Or were you fascinated with your grandma's garden? and ever enjoy playing in it? Or did you just take a radio and put it back together, and all those small things that you might have done while you were a little kid? Return to what you did as you were a little kid. Most likely that part of you is still inside you, just waiting for you to return. Once you spark that small aspect of what you used to be, all others will come back as well. After trying to maybe master your ballet moves, you might remember your favourite spaghetti meal and lemon bars. Adventure has this uncanny ability to be able to expand our worldview while getting in touch with our inner selves. Embark on one of these escapades that I've specifically said, and you will become a more wide-eyed adventurer, and you'll be so glad that you did so. That's all I have for today, guys. I hope you found this enjoying, and I will want to do more like this. And if you have any ideas that you could think that would be good for an adventure that you could do in your everyday life, just leave them down below in your comments, and give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. As always, stay safe. Peace.